Give it up for Barry again. Hey. Let's keep it going, huh? Okay. So where do Arabs go to get their birthday supplies? At the Bath Party City. Yeah! Have you heard about the new multicultural Jewish temple in Irvine? It's open to Jews, Arabs, and anyone else. It's called Bath and Beyond. Yeah. Boy, am I glad Lent is over. I hated not being able to watch my favorite TV show. Thank God I TiVoed it. I followed Barry before. It's pretty hard, but it's kind of my fate, I guess, because after all, Gentiles have been following a Jew for 2,000 years. I was thinking, if God had a microphone, this place would be a lot better, don't you think? All you have to do is talk to each person one time in the middle of, breaking a sin or committing a sin. Somebody's down there committing a sin, and all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, this is God. What are you doing?" That's all it'd take from me. And he wouldn't have to call everybody. If he just called the people committing adultery, he'd cut his calls in half. I just came back. I did a winemaker's dinner up in San Luis Obispo recently. Anybody been to San Luis Obispo? Or SLO, SLO as they call it. Great city. Have a great university, Cal Poly, where all the slow kids go. And then there's the men's colony where the really slow kids go. Have you've heard of the Madonna Inn up there, of course? A famous place. They're thinking of changing their name to attract a younger crowd. They're thinking of changing to the Lady Gaga Inn. I'm sure it really works. So, that's in the middle of wine country up there. And the police are a little bit different, which I found out one night when I got pulled over. The cop pulled me over for a suspected DUI. So he said, "What have you been drinking?" And I said, "White wine." He said, "Chardonnay or Pinot Grigio?" Yeah, real good taste for a cop. Not only did he not give me a ticket, he gave me a recommendation for a great Merlot. Thank you. So speaking of cops, of course, Irvine, we got some tough cops, right, in Irvine? Safest city in the country, they need to be. I saw 5 cops the other day in Irvine pulling over a 12-year-old for not wearing his bicycle helmet. Tough. And of course, the other reason it's so safe in Irvine is all our residential streets, right? They take at least 4 turns and end in a cul-de-sac. The crooks don't come in because they know if they do, they will never find a way out. Absolutely. And the homeowners associations are tough, right, guys? Yeah. 40%, a lot of people don't know this, we all do, 40% of Irvine is Asian. And there's so many Chinese Americans in our neighborhood that the homeowners association says you can only have 1 child per family. Now, as safe as Irvine is, we do have a gang problem. Did you guys know that? It's down at the Apple store on weekends. And they're tough. I cut in line to buy an iPad 2. Someone tried to shank me with a protractor. Well, I have to share this with you guys. I've been really feeling kind of old lately. Kind of a bummer. You're getting old when you Google map an address and you're not looking for directions, you're looking for all the restrooms along the way. You're getting older when you don't buy green bananas anymore because you're not sure you have that kind of time anymore. You're getting older when the cost of your legal drugs exceeds the cost of your illegal drugs. So I have a question. Do these pants make my butt look invisible? I'm wearing buying those new Silhouette Depends. Have you heard about those? Great number. See, some of you might be familiar with them. Do you know that those were invented by NASA for the space program? It's true, because a number of years ago they had an instance where an astronaut went out for a long spacewalk, and the commander settled inside. He's doing his paperwork, and he hears this. Bob, let me in. I gotta go to the bathroom. You know, you had to open the airlock, take off the. They needed a better solution. All right, I'll work on that one. You put the duds in the middle. That's how the formula, okay? So now you know where you're at. I learned that from Mike. Okay, so anyway, so you like my shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got it at Bernie's favorite store, Goodwill, for $5. Do you think I paid too much for it? Yeah, I'm cheap, I admit it, but I mean, when you get to a certain age, you only have so much money, you're not sure how long it has to last, you know? So you get kind of cheap when you get older. I bought an investment property in Irvine recently for $100,000. Can you believe that, Murray? It's as big as this stage and 10 stories tall. Instead of changing the worn-out carpet in the stairwell, I rented it out to a bow-legged family. That's how cheap I am. My son works at this Christian store over here, Lifeways. Maybe you've been over to that. It's a really nice store, Bibles, all that good stuff. The employees are actually trained to pray for the customers if they're requested to. In fact, someone came up to the register and asked my son to pray for them once. Not that unusual in my world. I can't tell you how many times I started praying when I approach a cash register. Please God, let my debit card go through this time. ATMs? Oh, please God. Just give me $50. You know, when you go out overseas, you're supposed to call your credit card company and tell them not to stop your card for any unauthorized expenses. I call them every time I go to the supermarket. There's a sale at Vines. You know, I'm not sure what's going to happen, so I just want to warn you. Anybody here sign up for the Vines online coupon just for you? No? Yeah.
I think I did, but I don't know how I did it.
I do a lot of that online. I think it works, but I'm not sure why. It's a really convenient program. You go on there, and of course, they have your entire history of everything you've ever bought, right? Which is kind of scary and creepy. But then they use that to help you by saying, well, you like bananas a lot, so here's a good deal on bananas. So I'm signing up, and at the bottom, they ask you for a security question. And I was really glad to see that, because I was really afraid that someone was going to break into my Vons account and take my coupon for a 59-cent box of couscous. Yeah. One less thing to worry about. So I was going through the checkout line at Vons the other day, and I looked down, and the lady bagging the groceries is old as dirt. I'm sorry. She's really old. You know, and it's taken her a really long time, because after all, it's really hard to separate those plastic bags with one hand while you're leaning on a walker. You know? So she gets it open, and she reaches for my grapes. By the time she gets them in the bag, half of them are rolling around on the floor, you know. Then she reaches for my beer. I said, no, I'll take care of it. So finally, half hour later, she gets everything bagged up. She looks at me and she says, "Do you need help to your car?" And I just looked at her and I said, "No, do you?" So, it feels kind of warm in here. Do you mind if I get a little comfortable?
Take it out.
It's hard to do this one-handed too.
Another good
So if you like my shirt, I got it for $5. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So,
Flat t-shirt now.
I'm going to do something a little topical now. Do you mind? Is that okay?
Let's go for it.
All right, good. All right. More? My cheeks are shrinking already. Let's go for it. Woo, 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 woo. You guys. Never saw an Indian like this, though. Chief Prepage, yeah. Chief Prepage. So, yeah, so anyway, did you guys hear a couple months ago the 96-year-old professor at UCI that died, who was a doctor? He was seeing patients literally up to the day he died, they say. And so a lot of people said he was really dedicated to his patients. I'm thinking at 96 years old, he just forgot where he lived. Are you guys aware of the big problem we have with cell phones in the prisons in the state of California? They're all, they're all over the place, apparently. So the state, in its infinite wisdom, passed a law a couple years ago banning cell phones in prison. If you get caught, you get more prison time. And I'm thinking, how does that help? You're already in prison. You already have a phone. I don't see where it's going to change anything. So I think there's a better way to handle the problem. Let's say you're in doing 10 years for armed robbery, and they catch you with a cell phone. They ought to let you out and make you sign a 10-year deal with AT&T. That would serve them right. That's punishment, if you ask me. So that feels kind of funny. Still see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Keep running it, huh? So anyway, yeah. So speaking of prisons, I've been married for 25 years.
Didn't see that one.
No, it's not. Is it, sir? No, it isn't.
Too late. I guess I'll go shopping tomorrow.
There's lots of room if you want to move over. Yeah, the whole front row is yours. No, it's been great. Nancy's a wonderful wife. Where are you, dear? Yeah, there she is. Thought I recognized you. Yeah, when we first got married, the sex was awesome. We were doing it constantly, like once a month. It was phenomenal. But lately, it's kind of gone downhill, of course. But I got a great idea the other day. I told her I said, if I do all the chores around the house, can I have anything I want in the bedroom? And she said, sure, great, because she hates doing chores. So that's working out fine so far. I've got a wine refrigerator, a big screen TV, Marco lounger in the corner. Working out well. One reason, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Nancy and I get along great. One of the reasons is, one of the things we share is our cheapness. She's cheap and she's proud of it. She even was telling me once, she said, honey, you're really lucky you married a woman that doesn't like to spend money. I said, honey, luck had nothing to do with that. So, yeah. So we were out bedroom shopping the other day for furniture and knickknacks and things, and I pointed to this thing. I said, what's that called, that really ornate looking pillow with the $200 price tag? And she says, oh, that's a sham. I said, well, I can see that, but what is it? That's why I said, you guys are awesome. Thank you for having me.